welcome back to another episode of the April Sings a Lot podcast. This podcast is going to be sharing story and song and inviting you to sing along.
This is my story. This is my song.
My first job after leaving the military was working in our local courthouse for the Registrar of Voters office. Now, it wasn't super exciting work, but it was a steady 9-to-5 job. I was going to be off on the weekends. I wasn't going to travel at all. It seemed like a dream. When I got out of the Navy, it was in large part because I was going to be getting married. And I didn't want to be a part of the military and also be married, because when you're in the military, that dictates everything about your life. You cannot make any plans and know that they will happen, because the military always comes first. Just as an example, I had gone through all the proper channels and asked off of work for one of my good friends' wedding. She had asked me to be a bridesmaid, so I put in the chit to request that permission off. They had all signed it. I had ordered my bridesmaid dress. And then we had a gig come in, and it was a very high profile rock band gig, and I was the lead singer, and they couldn't do it without me, and they couldn't say no to this gig. So they revoked my chit. And I was devastated, and really and truly that made the decision for me, because I was like, I can't live like this. So anyway, I knew that when I got married, I didn't want to be in the military because I don't want to play that game. I want to get a real job. Quote unquote, real job, right? I've had my fun. I've done the whole singer thing. I've traveled. Now I'm good. Got that out of my system. Time to get a real job. And this Registrar of Voters gig was like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Oh my gosh. It was so boring. So boring. And I lasted 6 months, and then I was done. And I vividly remember coming home and telling my husband, I don't know what I want to do, but I know it's not this. And he said, quite frankly, I'm sick of your complaining about it. So please quit. Like, you're not really fun to live with right now. So I quit at the Registrar of Voters office. And after a few months of being home, I was volunteering at our church and helping with the music because we didn't have a music director. And our pastor asked me why I wasn't applying to be the music director. And I laughed at her. I thought it was so funny. And I said, why would I do that? And she said, because we could pay you to do everything you're doing now. So I came home and I told Mike about it. And I said, isn't this funny? And he said, I've been waiting for you to figure out that's what you're supposed to do. And it turns out there were several people in my life that knew that I was supposed to be the music director, and everybody was just waiting for me to figure it out. And who knew? It was a job that I really, really enjoyed, and never, ever would have guessed that I would land in a position like that. So while I thought that I wanted a regular 9-to-5 job, what I ended up with was something that required a very flexible schedule, and for the time was exactly what I needed and exactly what I wanted. And it was such a good fit. So the song I'd like to lead into here is Faith is the Victory, because we can have all the plans that we want. Faith is the true victory. Just having faith in my case, when you stop working at one place, having faith that something else is going to come along. That has truly been the case for every single job or project I've ever been a part of. It has required me to stop doing what I'm currently doing that's not working, and then wait. And then the next thing comes. And that's so hard, the waiting part. But the more it happens, the more you have evidence that it's going to work out. So I invite you to sing with me, Faith is the Victory. And I hope you've enjoyed this.
Encamped along the hills of light, ye Christian soldiers rise, and press the battle ere the night shall veil the glowing skies. Against the foe in vales below, let all our strength be hurled. Faith is the victory we know that overcomes the world. Faith is the victory. Faith is the victory. Oh, glorious victory that overcomes the world.
All right, that concludes our episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, please consider sharing it with a friend. And if you haven't become a subscriber, I invite you to click subscribe in whatever platform you're listening to this on. I will talk to you again soon.